Ethereal Joey, back from the ashes, from the mist, to give you another incredibly powerful banger of a message like I always do. Today's going to be a good one. Today, we're going to go back into the topic of imagination and how your imagination creates reality and why your imagination must obey your reality. So let's get into it. Because most of you think imagination is just daydreaming, something cute that kids do or some shit, and something that adults grow out of. But that's the biggest lie that you have ever accepted. And you need to figure out, you need to meditate on why you've accepted that. Who convinced you that your imagination doesn't work? Who convinced you? Who convinced you that your imagination is just your imagination and that it can't be used for something more? Because imagination isn't some mental toy, it's the raw substance of creation and everything around in creation. Because everything comes from the mental plane. It all starts out with an idea. Everything you see in your life, all your habits, your relationships, your successes, and also your failures, all of them began first as an inner picture, as an inner feeling, and a quiet scene inside of you. Because your outer world is nothing but your inner world slowed down and made visible to you. And the strange part, most of you are doing this without knowing it. You're imagining by accident. You're imagining the worst case scenarios. You're imagining yourself being stuck in life, imagining yourself not being enough. And you're building all these mental prisons in your mind. And then you wake up confused about why life feels so small. But you created that mental prison for yourself. Those prisons aren't put there by the world. You create them. Not because we're cursed, but because we're powerful and you're unaware of that power. Now, there's also a moment every day when your imagination becomes unbelievably potent. Right as you're drifting into sleep, in that transition, you cross into what the ancient teachings called the mother's chamber. This is in the Song of Solomon in the Bible, and this is meant to be symbolic because your mother's chamber is your sleep state. It's the womb of creation. So whatever you take with you into your mother's chamber, into bed, whatever thoughts, feelings, and imaginal scenes you fall asleep with, those become the seeds that are planted into your subconscious. That's why before you go to bed, you need to release all the emotional tension from the day. Release all the tics because you need to be in a relaxed state of sleep because you are feeding your mother's chamber, your subconscious. And in the old scriptures, creation always happens in the dark, always happens in a hidden place, always in the womb before it appears in the womb, and or before it appears in the world. And it's the same with you. Your nighttime, your sleep is the place where your inner world begins to take shape long before it becomes physical. So when you fall asleep replaying your fears, your failures, and your worries, you are literally carrying those thoughts into the mother's chamber, into your sleep, letting them giving birth to more of the same reality that you already have. And most people never connect these dots. But when you fall asleep imagining the end result of the life that you want, as if it's already done, it's already real, and inside of you, this is from Zerka, by the way, two aspects of consciousness meet. So, your solar consciousness, your active daytime logic, and then your lunar consciousness, your passive subconscious imaginal side, they sync up and then they join together in that in between state. And when those two merge, a new idea, a new state of being, a new version of you is conceived and a new world is born. And this isn't a metaphor. This is actual mechanism of creation. Because when you imagine with feeling before sleep, and that becomes the blueprint your subconscious uses to shape your waking reality. And that's why the state you fall asleep in is the most important state of your entire day. So tonight, instead of dragging your worries into the mother's chamber and letting them grow into another tired version of tomorrow of yourself, choose differently. Build a mental scene that's vivid and already fulfilled. Maybe that's someone congratulating you. Maybe you see the version of yourself you've been longing to become and feel it as real. Let it wrap around you. Fall asleep into that state because your imagination isn't some game. It's a birthplace of your reality. And you have to understand this. This isn't a joke. This can pull you out of depression because depression is often imagination turned inward against yourself. because you're playing dark scenes in your head, hopeless futures, mental loops that feel inescapable. But once you understand that you are the one creating those scenes for yourself, you realize you can interrupt them, and then you can replace them, and you can heal them, and you can finally remember your ability to create instead of collapse. Because you haven't lost your power, you've just forgotten how to use it. We all have. You need to reclaim your imagination and stop living life on accident and start shaping it on purpose, because you step out of the mental prison and you step back into creative freedom. So tonight, when you return to your mother's chamber into bed, don't bring your fears with you. Bring your future and let your inner sun and moon, your solar and your lunar conscious meet, so a new world can be born through you. This I was absolutely spacing for y'all in this video. So if you can drop a like, a comment, and subscribe, that'd be much appreciated. Because in all reality, I love y'all and I want a better reality for y'all. And yeah, Ethereal Joey, out this bitch. Gonna go hop on some bitches. Peace.